Good morning, everyone. It's again July 21st, 2023. After that sad video I just had to put up on those homeless people who've died, I hate being the bearer of bad news, that's for certain. But I also like putting up some lighthearted stuff, and that's why I put some stuff in on my service dog, Heidi, and how she likes to drink water and that, just to lighten things up a little bit, because this is such a depressing, serious situation that we're in, and it's hard on everyone. When you're living in it, it's hard, especially being on the streets yourself, and then you have to be living in the area where you have to see all this, so it's taking its toll on both, not only the street people, but the residents. But today I wanted to do a little more of a lighthearted video on Julie. Now, in my last video that I did with Julie, you can see how bubbly Julie was when she came in. And I want to tell you a little bit more how Julie's doing again. And I think you'll actually get a kick out of this, because Julie and I have been doing a lot of talking. And she's herself is just so afraid of being found dead on the streets herself. She's really afraid of that, the violence. She's afraid that she's going to be stabbed to death. So, and she wants so badly just to have a place, affordable place to live, which in her case, it would be a good thing. But my friends and I have been trying to show her how to do things in a proper way. So she tries to take our advice, and she has been taking my advice, and it's been so cute in so many ways, because when I talk to her sometimes, well, Julie, you could dress a little bit nicer. And so she took me up on that, and she was thinking about it, maybe I'm not dressing quite the way I should be. So she goes out and she comes back, and she comes running back and shows me that she's just bought a couple of dresses for herself. And I said, oh, wonderful. Go model them for me. So she comes modeling them, and of course she showed them off in the videos, and they were much more appropriate than some of the clothing she was wearing. She's learning slowly, and so that was kind of cute. And then just the other night, 2 nights ago, I was telling her she's like so upset because she's being bullied on the bus, bullied on the streets. Everybody seems to be picking on her. She's like trying to do the best she can. And so I was talking, well, maybe what you need to do is maybe change your appearance a little bit. Maybe do up your hair. So we were talking about that, and she said, well, yeah, maybe I should do something with my hair. So I went to bed that night, and next day I was having my usual afternoon nap, and before I did that video with her, and I got a knock on the door. And of course, I was still more asleep than awake after being wakened out of my nap. So I open my door, and I take a double take, and here's Julie, and I'm just looking at her with this new hairdo, and I'm going, Julie, is that really you? Until she opened her mouth, and of course, oh yes, that's Julie. And she really took that running with my suggestion of getting a new hairdo. So of course, when she came in the video, that's why we were kind of laughing beforehand, because it was just a nice moment where it was lighthearted and everyone was really enjoying themselves, and I thought she looked pretty good. So that's why I was so happy to give her moment in the spotlight on the beginning of the video, where she showed off her new locks of hair, you might say. And then she, of course, when she came here, she says, I want to run and change into my dress right away. So she now wants to look even better for the videos, that's quite an improvement in Julie. So I thought that was really quite something. And I'm seeing quite a change in Julie, even from the first videos that I did with her last fall. It's a slow progression with her, and it's really, really wonderful to see. But, this is a woman that could badly use an affordable housing. She's got friends around her. She trusts now. She's happy with. She knows she can count on me and some of my friends. And being older women, we've been able to help her and give her some really good advice of what she needs to help her with the basic skills that she needs to learn. And she says, I wish I could take a course on basic skills. Is there anything out there? And I said, well, we're looking. I said, I don't think so at the moment. But that's what she badly needs, is the basic skills and affordable housing. So she's kind of one of the success stories. So she's not like one of these people, like she's been on the streets for 20 years. And she's, as she said, you know, when I first started, I was boozing it up. Yeah, I had a booze problem. It wasn't a drug problem. I just like to drink. And I like to smoke. And, well, now I've quit the smoking and I've quit the boozing. And I'm ready to change my life around. But how do I do it? So she's been very, very grateful for the advice that we have been giving her. And I really enjoyed filming that yesterday with her new hairdo. And I think people are going to get quite a surprise looking at her, and probably really taking a double take, because I know when I went to the door yesterday, it was like, huh? Am I seeing things, or am I just still dreaming? So that was a really pleasant surprise. Rather than having to report on people dying, it was nice to see people trying to live, and how do I live? So please, you know, think about other people. Think about ways that we can constructively help. And I'd like to see some way of putting programs in place where we can train those people before they're actually hooked on the drugs by these bears, I call them, the drug dealers, and before they become their baby bears and are hooked on the drugs. Because you know, you look at it, and all they're doing is doing whatever they can to bring in the money to get their next fix till between paydays. Even Julie said it herself in that video. And what they're virtually doing is these mama and papa bears are literally, I would say, if we have child labor laws in Canada, they definitely are going against our child labor laws, putting those poor little cubs out to work so that they can sit back and reap the rewards of that. That's one of the things that I wanted to say, as well as which they're making slaves out of these cubs at the same time. And you know, I thought, oh my goodness, you know, when you look at the States and Civil War and the 18 something or other, and Lincoln abolishing slavery, you know, these dealers are literally making slaves out of people. And I'm wondering, well, between our child laws and do we have slavery laws here in Canada? Maybe that's what we need to somehow enforce and find a way of enforcing it, because actually they're putting people into slavery as well. So I just wanted to give a little more food for thought today. And of course, Julie, she's definitely the big mama bear. I can tell you that about Julie, because she's tried so hard to get people off the drugs, telling them what her experiences were. She's helped them with clothing. She's helped them with food at times. You know, she's done a lot to help them, and now they're just treating her like trash, because now she's saying no, because now she's ready to change her life. So I just want to share this with you today. And everyone, take care. Be safe, have a nice day, and take care, and just have a wonderful life yourself. But please think of others, and see if you can think of ways of helping us try and help the homeless by getting the programs that really need to be put in place for these people before they get into the situation. And Julie, I would say the same thing. And as Mama Bear, she is trying to protect everyone. She's trying to tell her cubs and little baby bears that are on the street that she's trying to look after and depend on her to look after her. You know, she just wants to make sure everybody's safe. You know, so she's a good mama bear with the cubs. She's a good mama. So just remember that, and please, everyone, take care and have a nice day. Bye-bye.